negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit with 6 feet of snow on the ground. And we were actually, there was 1 week where we couldn't leave our apartment for 3 days. Nobody left their houses for 3 days. It was crazy outside. Socks, definitely good socks, and I don't recommend you pack a coat. I recommend you buy one there because they have really nice coats for that negative 50 degree weather. Well, I was walking down the street one night, and it was about 8:30. We were on our way home, and it was really dark, and there was not many people on the streets. There was a guy with a hood on, his arms folded, leaning against a wall, and I said, I'll stop him real quick, on our way home. And just walked up, and I said, hey, we're missionaries. How's your day going? We want to share a message with you. And he muttered something really quietly, and I couldn't understand it. It was so quiet. So I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry. Could you repeat that? I didn't catch it. And then he had his arms folded the whole time in a sweatshirt, and I couldn't really see anything. And he goes, do you understand that? And pulls a pistol out and aims it right at me. And I'm like, yeah, no, totally understood, man. Have a good night. Like, appreciate your time. And I just started walking away. So that was one of the couple times I had guns pulled on me in Russia. But it wasn't that frequent, and most missionaries didn't have guns pulled on them. I just got unlucky, I guess. And it was fine, though. I was never scared. I never had fear. I knew exactly what to do when it happened. I felt like God really directed me anytime something like that came up. I think the most important life lesson I learned is that we have to love people. We just have to really love people, and that means like a genuine, honest, true concern for their well-being and desire to be their friends for long term. I feel like if we could do that with everybody, honestly, if everyone could do that, the world would be insanely different. But we can influence a lot of people if we'll just be genuine friends with people. Ironically, about almost no wildlife encounter due to the big cities and things. The only thing you run across is tons of pigeons. And then other than that, somewhere in between the 13-hour overnight bus ride between Rostov and Astrakhan, there's a small patch of desert and there's camels there. But you don't really see them. If you're lucky, you see them, but it's pretty rare. So it rains a lot there. The most powerful rain I've ever experienced in my life. It breaks your umbrella, and it feels like it's more powerful than a shower. So probably one of the hardest experiences I had was in terms of like difficulty in work. Is there were days where we tracked it on the streets, where we walked streets for 8 hours, and I actually counted our miles per hour. I think I got like 35, 40 miles in most days, like some days pretty often. So it was a lot of walking, and it decided to start raining at 6 p.m., the start of our night block of walking till 9 p.m., and it just kept raining bad. So anyways, we decided that we were going to track anyways and, be obedient, not just go sit in the apartment. So we walked for 3 hours in the most pouring rain I've ever been in my entire life, and it soaked me more than you can ever be soaked. And there was a lot of times like that, there was times where it was just frozen, and they don't put salt on the sidewalks, so the sidewalk is 6 inches below the ice that you're walking on, and that's what you walk on for 4 months out of the year. So like in terms of like conditions and work, it was really difficult. It was really taxing, but I learned there were missionaries who gave up, and that's something my dad, I guess, always taught me. I never gave up, and I've learned that has taken me so far since I've been home, in terms of schooling, in terms of careers, in terms of things. There's about nothing that I can't get through now, so.